What is the most haunted place you have ever visited? I'm here with a local paranormal investigation group. We've been asked to come out to Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in Weston, West Virginia. The group that runs this place has a really interesting story about the asylum. They claim that one of the doctors who worked here performed an experiment where he locked two patients in a room and then set fire to the building. He did this to see what would happen and which one of them would survive. This obviously is a horrible story, but it gets worse. After the fire was put out, he opened the door to the room and both patients were found dead. The doctor then took his own life. Now, this story is interesting because there are some records of it, but there are also some missing pieces. Did the doctor really do this, or was it just an accident? And if it was an accident, why would he take his own life? Or was he trying to cover up the evidence? There are so many questions surrounding this story, and not enough answers. The asylum was eventually torn down after it was no longer used as a hospital. But before it was torn down, it was decided that the land would be used as a park. To this day, you can still walk around the grounds and see the old foundation and some of the walls that are still standing. While we were walking around the property, our group experienced some strange things. Some of the investigators felt a sudden drop in temperature. Others saw what they believed to be the shadow figure of a man running through the trees. As I was walking around, I noticed some strange markings in the dirt. It almost looked like someone had dug up the ground and then filled it back in, but I couldn't be sure. We decided to investigate further and bring in some heavy equipment to see if we could find anything. After a few hours of digging, we hit something hard and brought it to the surface. It was a large metal object that looked like it could possibly be from a bed frame. As soon as I touched it, I felt a sharp pain in my hand and quickly pulled away. I don't want to be too dramatic, but it almost felt like I had been stabbed. We continued to dig around the area and found several more pieces of metal, as well as some glass and other debris. At this point, we had found enough evidence to suggest that there was definitely something buried here. We brought in a backhoe to help us dig deeper and see what else we could find. As the hole got deeper, we started finding more and more objects, including a shoe, a belt, and some clothing. We also found a large amount of animal bones. At this point, we had found enough evidence to suggest that this was definitely a burial site. But whose body was buried here? And how did they die? We may never know the answers to these questions, but I'm glad that we were able to give these people their closure.